Hello, I'm Dr. Madhura, Assistant Professor, Department of Mathematics, Sai Vidya Institute of Technology. Today, I'll be teaching a topic in numerical methods. It's about numerical integration. The process of obtaining approximately the value of the definite integral, which is in the form integral a to b y dx, without actually integrating the function, but using only the values of y at some points of x equally spaced over the interval a comma b, is known as numerical integration. So here we do not perform the usual integration and apply the limits, but through numerical methods, we will be integrating and obtaining an approximate value of the given definite integral. The given integral, the interval a comma b is divided into n equal parts of width h, where h is given by b minus a divided by n, where b and a are the limits of the integral, respectively upper and the lower limit. There are three rules of formula which we are following here to obtain the value of the definite integral I is equal to integral a to b y dx numerically. The first of the formula is Simpson's 1/3 rule, which is given by I is equal to h divided by 3 into y naught plus yn plus 4 times of y1 plus y3 etc. up to yn minus 1 plus 2 times of y2 plus y4 etc. up to yn minus 2. The second formula will be applying the Simpson's 3/8 rule. Formula is I is equal to 3h by 10 into y naught plus yn plus 3 times of y1 plus y2 plus y4 plus y3 etc. up to yn minus 1 plus 2 times of y3 plus y6 plus etc. up to yn minus 3. Lastly, the Wedel's rule, given by I is equal to 3h divided by 10 into y naught plus 5y1 plus y2 plus 6y3 plus y4 plus 5y5 plus y6. Here we have taken Wedel's rule for n is equal to 6. Note that sometimes the question might be given in terms of the ordinates. So n plus 1 ordinates or the values of y corresponds to n equal divisions. We will see problems in numerical integration. Firstly, evaluate integral 0 to 1 dx divided by 1 plus x square using Simpson's 1/3 rule, taking 4 equal strips. Hence, deduce an approximate value of pi. Now, firstly, we divide the given interval 0 to 1, the lower and the upper interval in the integration. So, divide the given interval 0, 1 into 4 equal strips. So, n is equal to 4 here. So, the length of each strip will be h is equal to b minus a divided by n. On comparing the given integral limits 0 to 1 with a to b, b value is 1 and a value is 0. So we substitute to obtain 1 minus 0 divided by 4, which is equal to 0.25. 1 by 4, which is 0.25. Now we frame this following table, which will help us to apply Simpson's 1/3 rule and evaluate the given integral. So we write down the values of x. The values of x are obtained as follows. Starting from the lower limit, that is 0, in steps of 0.25 until we obtain the upper limit, that is 1, we need to write down the x values. So we observe, starting from x is equal to 0, added with h value, that is 0.25, we get 0.25. Again 0.25 added with h gives me 0.5. 0.5 plus h value, that is 0.25, gives us 0.75. And finally 0.75 plus h, that is 0.25, gives us 1. So that's how each of the respective values of x are obtained. Now the given function y is 1 divided by 1 plus x square. We have obtained this value of y from the given integral. Given integral is always compared to the standard form integral a to b y dx. So y value from the given function is 1 divided by 1 plus x square. Now for each of these values of x, using a calculator, we obtain the values of y applying the function 1 divided by 1 plus x square. So when x is 0, we obtain y as 1. When x is 0.25, substituting here 1 divided by 1 plus 0.25 whole square, we obtain 0.9412. Similarly, when x is 0.5, we obtain y value as 0.8. When x is 0.75, we obtain y as 0.64. And finally, when x is 1, we obtain y as 0.5. We denote these respective values of y as y0, y1, y2, y3 and y4. Observe that for n is equal to 4, we have 5 ordinates. The values of y are usually called as the word ordinates. Now writing down the Simpson's 1/3 rule, for n is equal to 4, we have integral a to b y dx is equal to h by 3 into y0 plus last term, that is y4, plus 4 times of y1 plus y3, the odd suffixes y1 plus y3, plus 2 times of the even suffixes, which is y2. We are not going to repeat any of the ordinates here while writing down the formula. Substituting all the values, h is 0.25 divided by 3, y0 is 1, plus y4, which is 0.5, plus 4 times of y1 plus y3. y1 is 0.9412, plus y3, which is 0.64, and lastly 2 times of y2. y2 is 0.8. And evaluating using the calculator, we obtain integral 0 to 1 dx divided by 1 plus x square is 0.7854. This is an approximate answer rounded off to the 4 decimal places. The question also says to obtain an approximate value of pi. In order to deduce an approximate value of pi, we do perform the normal integration. So integration of 1 divided by 1 plus x square is tan inverse x. Applying the limits between 0 to 1, we obtain tan inverse 1 minus tan inverse 0. Tan inverse 1 is pi by 4 minus tan inverse 0 is 0. So we get integration 0 to 1 dx divided by 1 plus x square is equal to pi by 4. Now comparing equation 1 and 2. Equation 1 is the answer for integral, given integral, by applying Simpson's 1/3 rule. And now we have did the usual integration and obtained the answer as pi by 4. So comparing 1 and 2, since the LHS are same, we equate the RHS and we obtain pi by 4 is equal to 0.7854. Cross multiplying 4 to the other side, we obtain pi value approximately as 3.1416, rounded off to the 4 decimal places. Next, we will see a problem on Simpson's 3/8 rule. Procedure of working out the problems on numerical integration remains the same. Only application of the formula will be a different one. Question is to evaluate integral 0 to 1 x dx divided by 1 plus x square using Simpson's 3/8 rule, taking 7 ordinates. Hence find log 2 to the base e, natural logarithmic. 7 ordinates always corresponds to 6 equal parts. That is, using the formula, n plus 1 ordinates usually corresponds to n equal divisions. So here, 7 ordinates means the given interval 0, 1 should be divided into 6 equal parts. That is, taking n is equal to 6. Now the length of each part will be h is equal to b minus a divided by n. Comparing the given integral limits, we obtain a and b values. Lower limit is a, which is equal to 0 here. Upper limit is b, which is 1 here. Substituting 1 minus 0 divided by 6, which is 1 by 6. Since 1 by 6 is a recurring value, we keep the h in the fraction itself and proceed to write on the following table. Now, x values are obtained like before. Starting from the lower limit, here the lower limit of the integral is 0. In steps of h is 1 divided by 6. H value is 1 divided by 6. So 0 is the first value of x. Add up h to this. So 0 plus 1 by 6 is 1 by 6. 1 by 6 plus h again gives us 2 by 6. 2 by 6 plus h, that is 1 by 6, gives us 3 by 6. 3 by 6 plus 1 by 6 is 4 by 6. 4 by 6 plus 1 by 6 gives us 5 divided by 6. And lastly, 5 divided by 6 plus 1 by 6 gives us 6 divided by 6, which is equal to 1, which in turn is nothing but the upper limit. So we always start the values of x from the lower limit. In steps of h, we move ahead and until we obtain the upper limit, we write on the values of x. Now to obtain the respective values of y, we use the given function y is equal to x divided by 1 plus x square. Now when x is 0, substituting x is equal to 0 in this, we get y is equal to 0. When x is 1 divided by 6, substituting in x divided by 1 plus x square, obtain 0.1622. Here we have rounded off the values to 4 decimal places. Substituting x is equal to 2 by 6, we obtain y is equal to 0.3. Next, x is 3 by 6, respective value of y is 0.4. Substituting x as 4 by 6 in x divided by 1 plus x square, we obtain y is equal to 0.4615. And x is equal to 5 by 6 will give us 0.4918. And lastly, when x is equal to 1, we get 0.5. We respectively denote each of these values by y0, y1, y2, y3, y4, y5, y6. Observe, for n is equal to 6, we have 7 ordinates, 7 values of y. Now we will write down the formula of Simpson's 3 by 8 rule for n is equal to 6, which is given by integral a to b y dx is equal to 3h divided by 8 into y0 first term plus the last term. Here the last term is y6, so y0 plus y6 plus 3 times of y1 plus y2 plus y4 plus y5 plus 2 times of y3. This is a formula for Simpson's 3 by 8 rule when n is equal to 6. Substituting each of these ordinates from the given obtained table, and h value is 1 divided by 6 in this case. So substituting all the values, we get the integral evaluation as 0.3467. That is integral 0 to 1 x divided by 1 plus x square dx is 0.3467 approximately by Simpson's 3 by 8 rule. Now we are also asked to obtain log 2 to the base e. Let us try to obtain an approximate value of log 2 to the base e by performing the normal integration. So integral 0 to 1 x divided by 1 plus x square dx is, after multiplying and dividing by 2 for convenient, so half of integral 0 to 1 2x divided by 1 plus x square dx. Now this integration of 2x divided by 1 plus x square will fetch us log of 1 plus x square. Half the constant outside is written as it is. We obtain in terms of logarithmic by making use of the substitution for denominator 1 plus x square as t. We will be able to obtain the answer for the integration 2x divided by 1 plus x square as log of 1 plus x square. Applying the limits between 0 to 1, we obtain half of log 2 minus log 1. Log 1 value is 0. So we have integral 0 to 1 x divided by 1 plus x square dx is half of log 2 to the base e. Comparing equation 1 and 2, since the LHS of equations 1 and 2 are same, we equate the RHS. So we obtain half log 2 to the base e is equal to 0.3467. Cross multiplying 2 to the other side, log 2 is equal to 0.6934. It's a natural logarithmic value, approximately rounded off to 0.6934. This we have obtained from Simpson's 3/8 rule. Now we'll see a last problem based on Wedel's rule. Evaluate integral 4 to 5.2 log x to the base e dx by Wedel's rule, taking 7 ordinates. 7 ordinates corresponds to 6 equal divisions. So n is equal to 6 is given for us. So length of each strip h is given by b minus a divided by n. B and a values are those values which we obtain from the integral limits. So a value is the lower limit, which is 4. B value is the upper limit, which is 5.2. Substituting 5.2 minus 4 divided by 6, we obtain h is equal to 0.2. Now we frame the following table. The values of x are obtained in the usual way, which we discussed in the last two problems. Starting from the lower limit of the integral, which is 4 here. Lower limit of the integral is 4. Adding h to it, that is 4 plus 0.2 is 4.2. Similarly, 4.2 plus 0.2 is added to obtain 4.4. 4.4 plus 0.2, we obtain 4.6. 4.6 plus 0.2 is 4.8. 4.8 plus 0.2 is 5.0. And lastly, 5.0 plus 0.2 is 5.2. So until we obtain the upper limit, here the upper limit is 5.2. So starting from the lower limit, we write down the values of x. In steps of h, we add up the values until we obtain the upper limit. We write down the x values. Now, y is the given function, which is log x to the base e. When x is equal to 4, log 4 to the base e is 1.3863. Log 4.2, 1.4351. Similarly, log 4.4, 1.4816. Log 4.6 is 1.5261. Similarly, log of 4.8 to the base e is 1.5686. Log 5.0 is 1.6094. And lastly, log of 5.2 to the base e is 1.6487. These are the values of y for the x values. Each of these values of y, called as ordinates, we denote them respectively by y0, y1, y2, y3, y4, y5 and y6. Observe, for n is equal to 6, we have 7 ordinates. Now Wedel's rule is given by integral a to b y dx is equal to 3h divided by 10 into y0 plus 5y1 plus y2 plus 6y3 plus y4 plus 5y5 plus y6. H value here is 0.2. Substituting each of these ordinates, we obtain an approximate value of the given integral 4 to 5.2 log x to the base e dx is 1.8279. Thank you.